Let's take a look at some of the tools in Moodle that allow us to judge participation on the part of our students. If I click on this participants link, it will take me into a list of all the participants in my class. And I can click on any one of those participants to get into their profile. And you can see here, in addition to all of the information below, I have some tabs across the top. If I would like to see what they've posted on forums, I can just click on forum posts, and it will give me a full list of all of the posts that they've done. And you can see I've got 8 pages of posts for this student. And I can see, according to the forum itself, how many times. So here I can see that there were 3 posts to this particular forum. I have another tab up here called Notes. And the notes add me to make notes to myself. I can make site notes, and that means if I put a note here about anything, it can be seen by anybody on the Western Oregon Moodle. So if I want to share things across courses, I can put a note there. If I want to make a note here about this course specifically, about this student in this course specifically, I can put the note here under course notes, and anybody who's teaching or administering this website can see these notes. And I can put personal notes down at the bottom. I'm the only one who can see these notes. So this is a way that I can keep track of things that I want to keep track of about a particular student. So these notes are posted, again, under the student's name, but are only visible to myself or other administrators or others on Moodle. The next tab is a really useful one. This is Activity Reports. And if I click on that, again, we can see that there are several different categories. This is the outline report, and this just gives me an outline of what this student has been doing. And I can see right here that this student has been very active on this website. I can tell how many times she has viewed each of the assignments or resources that I've posted online. And I can see how many times she's posted in one of the forums. Now you might notice here that apparently this student did not respond to this forum. So there may, since this was the first week, there may have been a problem with her computer. Or there might be something else going on, but this at least gives me a clue that there's something I might want to look into. So as I scroll down, you can see here that there are some resources that were never accessed. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that these resources have to be posted on the Moodle website in order for them to show up on this topic. So, for example, if I post some readings in my Unit 2 overview in the resources section, I can't tell if students access those because they're not accessing them directly through the Moodle homepage. So how you set up your course will determine how much you can see here. If I'd like a complete report, I click on this next link, and it will give me a breakdown for each topic of each of the assignments or forums or resources that I've posted, and then what that student did. So if I scroll down here, you can see that on assignment 1, this student submitted an assignment, and it's right here. And you can see that I didn't grade it, although I did grade it via email, so I wasn't using this tool. So that gives us a complete story. If I want to see today's log, I click on today's log, and I can get information on time of day, who was online, what they were doing, all of this information. Now, of course, this is an old class, so we're not seeing anything. If I click on all logs, this one is another really useful one. I can scroll down this student's records and I can see everything she has done day by day, what she's viewed, what she has turned in, what she has posted. So this gives me a really good idea of the patterns of participation for a student. Statistics we don't have because they've not been enabled for our site, so we'll just skip that one. If I click on the grade button, it will show exactly how my grading was done online. I didn't grade it, but I have most of it here. And it also shows me all of the feedback that I've given for this student. So I can just scroll down and very quickly see what kinds of responses I was giving to the student and what level of work they were doing with just a glance. Now there's another way to access all of this information. If I go back on to my home page, I have the option of choosing under the administration block, reports. And in this reports category, I can choose my course, choose any specific participant I would like. I'm just going to leave it at all participants. Choose the day I want to look at if I want to look at a very specific day. I'll just leave it on all days. I can look at all activities, or I can look at any one individual activity online. I can look at all actions, or I can choose specifically. So let's say I want to see where a student added something. And then I can choose to either display this information on the page, or I can download it as a Word file or an Excel document. So let's just click Get These Logs. We're displaying it on the page. So here we go. I have only the log for Group A, the Emerging Technologies Forum. And I can see right here all of the different students who added to the forum. And I can get an idea of how active that forum was. Now there are all sorts of different ways that you can display things and different things that you can look at. If I click on any one of these students, it will take me directly to that student's information. So I would suggest that you might want to play with these. You have some students in your class, since all of us have registered as students. And we'll try to get some activities going so that you can get some students actually interacting, so that you can take a look at these logs. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of how you can see how your students are participating online, so that you can judge that participation score if that's part of what you're working on.